So he's taking the red over the pocket to open up the other one. Now this is a little bit. If he plays the red near the ball pocket, he'll make sure he gets a bit of angle to be able to run through on the red to the black in the middle.
I think that's the only way you can play this.
That's really the only way you can play. The only other option would be take the one in the middle first and then get down for this black. But this is probably the easier way of going about it. Just comes out a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty much right. As long as he's just a fraction past straight, he's all right. I'm pretty sure he's all right.
Yeah, he looks good here.
So he'll just be potting this, running the white ball through for the black in the opposing centre. And
or the corner.
Yeah, he'd probably take it in the corner now, you'd think. So Jake's 1-0 up and about to break. So unfortunately, Dave's found out what can happen if you break and come up dry against the likes of Jake McCartney.
Yeah, it emphasises how important a break is, and as I said, we've already witnessed today what damage can be done if you do break and run or don't get a ball in.
Yeah, so I was certainly on the receiving end of that. I broke twice and didn't pot a ball, and my opponent broke 3 times and did pot a ball every time. So, yeah, the first choice of the balls is incredibly beneficial.
And the dump of the whites straight off as well.
By Peter. Oh, we're calling him Peter P now, aren't we?
He's calling Peter Pumpkin Eater. Well, it's not, obviously not comes a lot if he starts with P, mate.
And Jake's breaking a pot of the... No, has he? No, he hasn't. Jake's come up dry, so... Yeah, Jake's given an opportunity here to Dave.
I'll tell you what, Dave would love yellows here as well, but I don't think he's got a starter.
Yeah, it looks tricky. No, he's going to take reds. Red's got a little bit of work to be done. And, yeah.
I think he's okay.
He's on this ball, but as I say, Reds have still got a bit of work to do. It'll be a good out because the black ball, without moving one of those yellow balls, the black ball doesn't go in a lot of pockets. It's blocked from both of these corners and the obvious middle. So, yeah, he's got a fair bit of work to do here.
Yeah, this is actually really tough out. There's heaps of transitional shots required. You've got that ball in the rail that really doesn't link well to anything. Yeah, it's a tough out. This I wouldn't be surprised to see him pull up early, but I don't really know that much about how Dave plays, so I don't know how aggressive he is. But I know he represented Australia a year or two ago.
Yeah, which is what he's done, Jamie. He's decided just to lob that over the barra, and hopefully be in a better situation next time he gets to the table if he does. He's left Jake fairly tidy here, but I've seen Jake do some incredible things in worse positions than this.
I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a double to the middle if it goes between the black and the yellows.
Yeah.
If it's on, it's like a free shot.
One thing's for sure, he'll definitely be playing an attacking shot here. He'll be trying to pot a ball.
He's taking the other yellow, but it's in.
And that's in. So once again, this isn't easy, but these are the sort of situations Jake just carves up continually, time and time.
This is the shot that will tell us how well he's queuing.
Yes.
If he takes this ball on the right side rail, he's going to be playing as a bit of a stun run through to get on this ball on the bottom where he's not quite straight on it, and this needs to be cued really well. He
could play a plain ball and just run through the white to the top rail because he does have that other connecting ball into the other middle. So, he wants to play. Yeah, that's a great shot. That's a great shot.
He played the stun run through beautifully, but he's just a touch straight. But I think he's okay.
I think he's all right. He'll pop this, and at worst he'll be on the ball in the middle pocket. Just wants to try and get the white a little bit off the top rail, so he's not having to cue off the top rail.
Well, Justin's played a shot there. He's put it way short.
Oh, I forgot. There is another match on actually. Yes. Having a little bit of a financial interest in Jake McCartney in the Calcutta's probably switched me off the other match a little bit. You've probably got almost the two favourites in the tournament playing on these two opposing tables here. It's a great shot by Jake. He's stunned up off the top rail, got perfect on this ball in the middle, I think. As long as that other yellow does go in this middle,
honestly think what he wanted to do was come a little short on that and play
so
the ball in the
go
middle,
into
just
the red,
cannon
into the red, yeah. Yep, quite possibly, because this yellow, it's debatable whether it's even on into the middle. If it's not on into the middle, it's a little bit of work to do because it's not on down the top pocket either.
Well, I don't think it goes. I think it goes to the top right, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And so he's going to have to find a shot here. He may be forced to try and get through as far as he can to play this bottom yellow.
Yeah, the bottom yellow near the black is a slightly tricky ball as well, but yeah, that's exactly what he's doing, and he's done pretty well.
Just like to highlight, Buff, how often I'm calling the shots correct.
Yeah, which obviously you've done a little bit of study on positional play, because I was never a big rap for the percentage of correct shots you played, but having practiced hundreds of thousands of times with Jake, you should be fairly aware of
off this, I reckon. Try and pick the gap between the two reds and play for the yellow in the middle. Oh, he's played that.
He's
so
run that
well.
around. And yes.
I actually can't tell you how hard that shot was to play. He's loaded that up with a lot of side.
He's loaded up with a lot of, well, he's had to stun across the bottom rail and then use left-hand side on it to get the white round off the three rail. So it was a very inventive shot. Great positional play.
Just waiting for the other table now. That's missed.
And,
that was deliberately missed, I feel.
Yeah. Well, he certainly didn't play to get on another red. So yeah, it's more of a tactical shot. Now, Jake, even though he's played a great shot here, he's still got a little bit of work to do, but you'd certainly be having him favoured to go out here.
Yeah,
he's going to play this yellow up the top, and the white will hold perfectly. As such.
And we'll play the black same pocket, I would imagine, unless this is a little straighter than I think where he can play the run through, but I think you'll see him stunt the side rail.
I don't think he can get through enough on it, can he?
I think he'll stunt the side rail, play black same pocket. Yep, beautifully played.
Exactly what he's done. He's played it absolutely perfect. That shot's not as easy as he's made it look, to be honest with you.
No, and this is ominous actually for everyone in the room, because he's actually playing pretty well now.
So Jake's had 2 visits, both frames. He's probably out 1 visit, so yeah.
He is a short race specialist, McCartney. He certainly is. He is the long race specialist, though, that's coming up in future.
And I think going for $1,100 in the Calcutta, you could sort of understand why he's a short price bookie's favourite. And the bloke he's playing, Dave Lynton's no easy beat either. Very accomplished player, but I think he might have made a tactical blue there by just putting that ball out the pocket. And if you're going to beat Jake McCartney, you have to take the balls on. You have to get him, because when it comes to tactics, although you very rarely ever see him play them, he's as good as anybody.
Yeah, look, you know what? I'm not going to crucify Dave for playing that shot, because he hasn't left Jake an easy opener, and he didn't have a lot on offer himself. Like, it was a pretty. I think he would have dug himself a bigger hole the more he attacked that frame.
Yeah, I'm probably saying that more in hindsight, having seen that Jake run out after that. But yeah, probably I would have been doing the same sort of thing myself.
It wasn't a small out. It was a pretty big out. And the problem with this, now Dave is like fully under the pump. That's a good opening pot. Good chance here.
Yeah, the Reds look very good. It's possibly the 2 Reds that he's closest to could end up being.
Yeah, they're definitely the stumbling blocks.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's dead straight on this red to the bottom right, but if he's got a bit of angle, I'd be trying to stun into the black here. That will open up everything.
Yeah.
And even if you don't get the contact right or you go past, you've still got plenty of options.
No, he's on this ball in the middle, so that's all right.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, he's sort of made this a little bit awkward, but he is on the ball in the middle pocket, the ball near the blank, the middle, which will take him down on the ball on the top rail. Or ball
once
rail.
Again there, I'd have been trying to get on the ball that's just the bottom of the yellow and the black there, and play the stun in the bottom left, stun into the yellow, and then everything's opened up again. He's still got, you're right, Buff, these 2 balls are going to come back to haunt him.
That the red nearest the blue spot does go into the other corner, so that's, if he's not.
If you can get really straight on it right now.
He probably wants to, I would have thought he would have wanted to stun out a little bit there, but he's just made sure the pot got on the ball.
I still reckon this red, which is below the yellow, is a problem ball.
Well, he could stun and do it here, but I don't see a lot of value. He's probably better off just playing the pot the best way he knows how to pot the ball.
Just a little flick on it would be perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
he has. He's sort of got away with that. That's not too bad. He can pop this and stun across the face of the other red and still stay on it.
That's thin, Buff. He's pretty close to it. I don't know if he can actually do that.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to tell from his angle.
I don't think he's going to miss the red. I think he's going to just glide straight into it if he cuts this thin. I think it's super thin. Yeah, there's no gap.
Yeah, well, he might not be able to get the white past the red then.
I think he's actually overplayed that last shot a bit.
Yeah. Whatever he does here, he's, mind you, Jake's got a... Yeah, no, it looks like... I think he might be able to get past it. No, but he had to go into it. No, that's just cost him.
That's sick,
It's, I mean, 30 things happened at once here. It's a bit hard to explain exactly what went on there because he overplayed the shot horrendously. I mean, to go flat into the other ball at that speed, I know it's a thin cut, but yeah, now he's given Jake every opportunity. I'd be surprised if Jake doesn't take this ball over the ball first.
He will. He's just checking.
What he's looking at doing, the yellow that's nearest the black is the ball that's the obvious ball to open these other two balls up with.
I'll tell you what he's doing, Buff. He's just looking on getting an angle on that yellow in the middle just to go into the two dead yellows on the left side cushion. He's just played it straight away. He knows if he underhits this, he's on the ball in the corner, then he's got the linking ball straight away. Yeah. Very intelligent.
You'd be absolutely amazed if he doesn't run this rack.
I'm surprised he's taking this now.
Yeah. Oh, and he's missed that actually, which yeah. Would you see Jake McCartney play a tactical shot here? Perhaps he will. You'd think you'd open these two yellows up.
He's actually
and leave him snookered because he knows the black doesn't go back in the other middle. So if he does, he's looking at leaving the white ball where he had his cue there. So it forces him to go across the table, knowing that the black doesn't go in the middle. And if he opens these two balls up and gets a snooker, he's going to be red hot favourite.
I understand why he's gone the way he did now. So he was just going to run that ball in the rail. He gets to play the free double on the other yellow, opens everything up, goes game of one if he doesn't get the double. So I understand the way he's thinking.
No, he
doesn't like to flick off.
He's still taking this ball on.
That's okay. So he's decided he's going to go into him off this yellow. Wants to stay positive.
Yeah, it's very attacking. I don't know if he's got enough angle on that. I think he's a bit straight.
I think he can force into a fine. The great thing about this shot is even if he doesn't get on one of these balls that he cannons, he knows he's got the ball over the bottom pocket. So always looking
it's a great shot. It's a great shot, but he's a little bit awkward on this, close to the rail.
To be honest,
and he's only got the one ball on. That's about as bad a result as he could have got off that kiss.
That is his worst possible result by a mile.
Yeah, this has become awkward. He's got to nick this ball in down the rail. If he does that, he should be all right.
He'll get a good cannon here as well. The white ball stay low, so he's okay.
Yeah, it's a good shot. That's a good shot. Ultra aggressive Jake McCartney. This is why he just knocks up winning tournaments whenever he takes the balls on from tricky positions.
Even this has to be cued well.
And a lot of players, myself included, would have looked at separating those two balls and getting the snooker, but Jake, just full out attack. He wants to just not let the opponent get to the table.
Yeah, I would have played the snooker there for sure.
Well, yeah, I would have too, but then the obvious reason for that is I haven't got the positioning and dismounting ability that Jake has.
It's got to be cued well. Got to judge this right.
I'd imagine he's just going to stun up the rail and be on the yellow in the other middle pocket. No, he's decided to screw back.
No, he's just done that for the camera.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a layer up there.
That's a wank.
He's still fine, but he's a bit of teddy bear in that shot.
He's landed fat though.
Yeah, he wouldn't be overly dirty on the result he's got. Yeah, there wasn't much chance he was going to miss that.
I spoke to Jake this morning. He goes, I can't win this comp. I feel absolutely terrible. I said, don't use my line, mate.
Yes, I used to call him Can't Win McCartney for exactly that reason. He kept on telling me he couldn't win, but every time he told me that, he still won the tournament. So 3-0 to Jake, and in all fairness, Dave hasn't had much of a run of the balls, but when he did get his opportunity there, he got close, but sort of a little bit out of position at the end, and it's cost him big time.
Are they still 0-0 over the other table? It's still the first frame?
Right, so
that's why we haven't paid it any attention, because it's been 3 frames by mistake. So we'll give it attention shortly.
well, we'll certainly give it, hopefully we'll give it some attention after this frame's over, because there'll only be one table left to watch. Well, hang on, what's McCartney done here? McCartney's come up dry.
Well, has he? Yes, he has.
Yes, he's come up dry, so here's an opportunity. The yellows look good, the reds aren't bad. Yeah, the reds are actually better. The reds are very good here. You've possibly got to take this red over the bar first, but that's not a problem. I mean, all the other reds are out in the middle of the table. You got a numerous number of balls to get on.
Yeah, the 2 problem balls, the ones above the black, you just need to get neat on them.
I think the middle of those 3 reds goes into the middle pocket.
Oh, good shot there from Peter Pan. I don't know his surname, so I'm just calling him Peter Pan now.
Peter Wycombe or something, wasn't it? But
It was something like that. It was, I'm telling you. It's got something like that in his name.
P will come one day.
Yep. That's it. So Justin's laying up.
Oh, it's not a great shot from Justin. He's
awesome. Now, if you're fair income,
you
take the ball over the hole.
I was just about to say, this is Jake McCartney. He tickles this ball in over the rail, goes back up, takes the white back just up past where it is, takes the easy red in the middle, running the white back down towards the black, and have a nice easy finish. Right, well, here we got the other game. Dave's in absolutely mint condition here.
Mint condition.
This looks like it should be 3-1.
And Peter has ignored the call, and he's left the comfy ball to the last.
So now it's a little bit awkward. You've either got to go up and down, or you've got to screw into the yellow. You'd almost think.
Up and down would be absolutely a drug addict shot.
Yeah, well,
you've got to screw into the black here.
I reckon he's going to try and screw into the yellow. There, that's a great shot. Screw into the yellow. And
I'll just shut up. That's one of the best shots.
Yeah, I wouldn't be screwing into the back there, Jamie.
I like how you said I'll screw into the yellow just after we finish playing the shot. Good ball.
No, I said that early on. He's only got the up and down or the screw into the yellow.
That's a good black. I mean, a good finish.
Well, it would have been pretty basic if he had gone the other way.
Well, that's true.
All right, so Dave Lynton on this. Dave Linton's potted that, and once again, he might have made this a tiny bit awkward. Actually, the black. What's happened to? Has the black moved here? Because the black wasn't that awkward before, was it? Or
is this on?
Oh yeah, this is a touch up here.
This is fine.
Oh, this is I can't. From the position he was in, he's made an absolute meal of that.
I did say those 2 reds above are the dodgy balls.
Yeah, but I think if he had his time over again, he could have come up with a better result than what he did.
Tell you what, I think Dan may have almost been superseded. He's no longer required.
I'll tell you one thing here, Jamie. For a mere mortal, these balls here are very, very awkward. But for someone like Jake McCartney, it's almost a walk in the park. Oh, hang on here. Oh,
you know what Jake's copped there? He's copped a bit of what I've been copping all day. I cannot get the control of the white at all with those little stun shots.
Yeah, the tables have just been reclocked by a good-looking bloke from Victoria, and they are running fairly quick. So those soft screw shots like that, especially off the rails, do tend to go a little bit further than what you'd normally be expecting.
He's a bit straight too.
He's left himself awkward, very awkward here. Don't tell me he's playing off one, screwing off the bottom yellow to pop the other yellow. He is too. It's a good shot by Jake. I'm surprised Jamie didn't pick that shot a bit earlier.
I actually did not. No. It's outside my.
It's a little bit of billiards involved in there, and He's not in the mayor's office yet, but he's in fairly good shape. This is still awkward. As I say, for a normal person, this is a very big, tricky situation.
Yeah, he's inventing a little bit as he goes at the moment because this ball near the black is dodgy.
That ball near the black, that's the one that he tried to get on first shot and just overplayed it a fraction.
Played that well.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Wants that off the rail though.
Yeah.
Now this is tough.
He's having a look to see. I don't think that yellow goes.
I think he's looking at the double, mate. If he gets his double, it's all easy.
Yeah.
Or easier.
But every shot Jake's playing, he is almost in or over shot. And what I mean by that is not putting the ball in or over. It's if he doesn't get it in, it's all over.
Yep. Yeah, this is the right shot, I think.
That's a great shot by Jake. Great shot. Now he might. He'll be playing the yellow down near balk and getting on the other yellow in balk. It's a matter of which way he wants to go about this because there's a bit of an angle here, so it might not be as straightforward as it looks.
No, I like your shot, Biff.
Can he pot it and just run through off the top rail to be
No, I think he's got to play a little soft screw, and as long as he gets fairly straight on that yellow, he can screw back and give himself a more comfortable last yellow. But this shot's...
Oh, no, you're kidding me. That has...
So 2 rails here, left cushion, back centre table. He's under-hit at a touch.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a bit...
This is a bit messy too. But does he now have to take the ball down the rail?
Yes,
it looks like he does. No, McCartney's still going to pop this in this pot. Play this with bottom left-hand side and screw the white off the side rail back out and keep it above balk. No, he's kept the...
He's almost got blessed.
He's awkward. He's awkward. He might be on it.
I thought he was actually going to play the same shot he played earlier.
It's going to be a thin nick, but it's awkward. He's going to be going back and across at least once.
Oh, this is not going. I actually thought he was going to play the same shot he did earlier with a lot of right-hand side and come off through.
I don't think he could play it right-hand side. I think that other red was in the road.
Does this seriously go?
Yeah, it's a very thin nick, but...
wow.
And
the red to give him position.
Oh, you're kidding me! If he's actually on this, yeah, he is.
He hasn't.
I'm pretty sure he's actually played to be on the other side of this red ball with the back into the same corner. Well, that out had everything, and that's that just shows you the ability of this bloke. I mean, Dave Lynton's a very good player, and he really didn't get much opportunity at all there. Well, you've just seen some of the best 8-ball you'll ever see there. That's a couple of fantastic outs, and he was never in prime position there in either of those last 2 outs. So, yeah, just a great effort. Now we've got Peter comes a lot against Just. And what's the score on this? It's just 1-0.
Peter's 1-0 up. There's no on the single table views. I don't believe there's a scoreboard, so we'll just keep you updated as we go. Justin, actually, I'm not sure what balls he's on. I think he's on yellows. And pretty incredible speed difference. Jake's already won 4-0, and there's been 1 frame complete on this frame. This match. We might get Jake in for a little interview later. So he can tell us how awesome he is.
Hey. And I'm back.
Justin is on the yellows. He spent a fair bit of time on working out what he's going to do. Obviously, the first shot's not that difficult, but he spent some time, I think, mapping this out. And as I say that, he misses a pretty simple pot.
Yeah, I believe he went in off on the break too.
So a big shot coming up here for Peter, because if he actually can drop this in and just take the lie off the rail a little bit, he's in a good spot to clear up here. Cut it. I'm telling you, they are playing tough down the rails, especially on angle, because there's a lot of nap on this cloth as well. It's a really weird condition of playing, although you wouldn't think so because Jake's just potting them anywhere, but they're really tricky tables to play on because the tables are fantastic, they're playing great, but because they're so slippery and quick and the jaws are slightly different cut than what people are used to, they're offering real challenges for a lot of players out there.
Yeah, if you haven't played on them like we do every week, then it is hard to get used to them, especially being refelted as well.
Yeah, I personally made a massive error not having to hit on them more. Like, I just rocked up and qualified and then didn't really play anymore, but I should have actually had a good hit on these because I think it would have made a bit more of a difference to a bit more consistency.
Oh, yeah.
Justin's just... He's playing like he's just trying to hang in there at the moment.
He hasn't.
I think this yellow passes the red to the bottom right, so if it does, these are all very gettable, but he needs to take this ball in the middle first. It's in between, it's just sitting on the balk line basically.
Yeah.
So we're taking a long time in between shots.
See, I'd be more looking about the one across the rail.
The problem with that is it doesn't really offer position.
Yeah.
So the whole idea is knock this ball in the middle, which is actually a tricky shot, but then you've got the ball on the right side, which connects to the ball and rail, which then connects to the other ball in the middle of the table. Yeah. It's then up to you to get a little angle on that ball to connect up to the ball at the bottom right.
Yeah. And that shows my inexperience.
It's just, all it is it's understanding how to map pot outs. It's actually much easier to see it on screen as you're watching than what it is when you're out there. Learning to map outs when you're in the middle at the table yourself and you're under pressure especially, it's something that you need to learn, and it takes basically experience, a lot of match play. And Justin looks like he's struggling a bit, to be honest. He's taken a long time to, I think he knew he was going to play that ball for a long time. It's like he was trying to gear himself up to play it. And if Peter's going to win this match, I think this is fine, but if he's going to win this match, he's got to get these balls. That's actually half a result, because that could have gone anywhere that white the way he hit it. The question is, does this red go anywhere? It needs it to go in the right middle. If it goes in the right middle, he's okay. If it only goes in the left middle, then he's actually got to get a really good white. The other option as well is to stun off two. The other option is to stun off two and try and get high on the red, where you can actually flick it in and get a cannon on the yellow. So there's two yellows, the bottom one, if you can get it pretty full. But you have to get this shot absolutely perfect, and I wouldn't like having to rely on that. And yeah, that's what he's played for. He's played to try and get high on it. But he's actually caught the jaw and he's no good, I don't think. I actually can't see an out now.
It looks like a dead straight shot too. So it's hard to play any off their position.
Yeah, if anything, he's going high. There's no way he can get low into this.
Like unless with that red above the black, unless he can get past it and double back into the bottom right corner.
I think he's just tried to give himself the best cut possible on the red, and he's just overplayed it a bit. But this is the sort of thing that Justin could feed off. Like, he looks unconfident at the moment, he doesn't look settled, but if he can pinch this frame, and I mean it, pinch it, because he had no business being in this frame about a minute and a half ago. I think he's looking at playing off the black, doubling it into the middle. So right middle, he's trying to play the double. He's caught it too thin. He's killed the red as well, and that'll make Justin feel a bit better. If this red lands in the middle of the table, it keeps the pressure on, but because it's gone a little safe, Justin will feel a little better taking these on.
This should just be a bit of a training drill for him now to plot out.
Well, he needs to speed up. He needs to play these with a bit of speed, because he needs to get his queuing arm going, because he is a queuist, Justin.
Just got asked when I went outside there before from one of the local boys. He's turned around, what's the go with the weird ass tip? Yeah, I mentioned he's played a lot with Rusty, and it's the flared tip. Yeah.
I think that says something. That's why Queensland aren't winning national titles. They're using white ferrules. I'm just kidding. That's not bad. I think he can stun and hold for the ball in the middle here, or at least come off the bottom cushion and land pretty straight. I don't think there's any other way there is other ways you can take these. You can take the ball on the left first and play on the right, but I think these all link up perfectly by taking the right side ball first.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's going to stun it, so he's happy with the angle. I think he can actually pinch a bit of pocket. Yeah, he's fine. So this should be pretty straightforward now. He still doesn't look like he's moving around the table as fluently as what he would like. Like, he's generally a quicker play than this. I think he's still making sure of everything.
Yeah, I think something happened in that first frame. It might have rattled him a bit.
Yeah, so he's even walking around, which is, you know what, is the correct thing to do, walk around and check exactly where you want to be. But I think when you're actually at the start of this match, he knows that all he's got to do is stun this in. He's going to have a shot at the black that he shouldn't miss.
Yeah.
So just get down and knock it in and get your arm going. But he may also be trying to get his composure right. So 1-1. And once Dan's finished, I'll actually get him to add a score to the single screen matches. I actually don't know how to do that yet. I haven't learnt that component.
Leave a plus symbol there. So, Pete had the chance there to go 2-0 up with the break.
Yeah, look, it was a pretty simple clearance. When he played that ball bottom left, it flew. Like, this is what these tables are doing. They're really flying off the rails and stuff. You just got to control them. It's a very, I guess, playing a lot of drag shots on these tables would be good. But the problem with playing drag is you've got to be queuing the ball really well.
Which I found out earlier. It cost me my last frame.
Well, he'd like to take reds here, but he'd love to be on that ball on the bottom left there, but I don't think he quite is. Actually, what am I talking about? Have a look at yellows. I'm off my head. And it's a hard opener. Or hard-ish. Full length of the table off the rail. Probably need to miss the cannon on the other yellow. Which he's done well. Just landed. This is what I mean. That just kept going and going and going. This table's actually let him down because it's actually been too fast for him. He's cued it well. He's done all the right things, but he's just not got the reward for it.
So he's still in position. Yes, he left himself in the rail. So
probably takes this ball on the bottom left here. Next. But just the angle he's got, it looks like it's in between, like sort of too straight, not straight enough, where he can get the white ball to his next yellow. Does this go in the middle? Well, if this goes in the middle, this is great.
I believe the middle is open.
Oh, he's got a full ball cannon on that too. He'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
If he had got a thin cannon on that, he would have been in all sorts of trouble. Still pretty thin, this. Needs a good controlling shot.
Yeah, if he gets this one up the top end, and doesn't go in off or snookers himself, he should be in prime position to win the good frame.
Well, I'm just trying to work the path out of the white. To be honest, I'm trying to come off two here and cannon the red. If you go underneath the red, you can land on nothing if it goes too far. You might.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's missed the pot, but he's got second prize where he's got good coverage.
Yeah.
He's got good white ball there too. Controlled the shot well, just didn't get the pot.
Answer it, Tom.
So Nick Vaughan's just asked who won this comp last year. The man on screen, Peter P, is the man that won this comp last year. Well, he's not on screen now because Justin is, but yes.
Yeah, he beat Rusty Wheeler. I believe he was 3-1 down, Peter was, to come back and make it last frame. And
Oh, Justin's not played that well.
I think he wanted to come off the red into the middle then.
Yeah, he did. Once again, Peter, big chance.
Would you take the one down the rail first? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Clearly, Rusty doesn't know how to log on and look at CueballTV if he wants someone to go live and film it. Rusty, you're an imbecile. So Peter's missed the ball down the rail.
He's still in prime position here.
Oh yeah, Justin's in huge trouble here. In fact, he's forced to make a good pot.
Well, you could even look at, with the two reds there, the one on the left, trying to run up and knocking the yellow out in the top left-hand corner.
That's a tough shot.
It is tough.
I think he's forced to take the pot on the wall in the middle of the table. I don't think he's got really any choice. And this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Could play the smother.
We just got to ask the question, is Rusty still in?
Rusty didn't play.
He never played this year.
He wasn't allowed to because he misses his 40th. Well, he's played the shot you've said. I've got to be honest with you, that's probably as good as it could have turned out. I really do think if he had ran those last balls out quicker, got his arm going, he would have been more confident to get down and knock that long ball in. It was a tough shot. Sometimes you're actually forced to take balls on, no matter how hard they are. It's like your only option. And I think that was one of those situations. Gee, I don't fancy him leaving the plant. I think this is a mistake, but it should be okay. I still think it's a mistake.
Yeah, personally myself, I don't like having to play the plants in that position.
Should play this with a little touch of bottom and try and pot them both at the same time. So look, Peter looks like he's pretty steady when it's against amongst the balls. He doesn't do anything too crazy. But he's given a lot of chances or opportunities for his opponent to get back to the table, and I'll tell you what, if he draws a Jake and does that, well, we saw what Jake did last time when he gets chances. And I'm not sure how Mark Bradley's going either. So Peter up 2-1 now. I'm going to just try and get some score updates for you too, folks.
So I've just sent a runner up to find out what the score is with Mark and also Chris Jones as well. They're both playing different people, but try and get some scores in. Be interesting to see how Mr. CueballTV is doing himself.
Yeah, like I said, he's been given a wand for a cue, so he should be flying. So just joined us. It's 2-1 to Peter, leading Justin. Justin's about to break. What's going on here?
I think he's off to the side. I think I just saw. One of them might have gone to the toilet.
There he goes. Maybe he's going to get a different cue to break with.
Ooh. Yeah, so just got some scores in for the Chris Johnson and Mark Bradley game. Chris Johnson is 3-2 up against Mark. And Chris Jones is currently playing Brendan Sheridan from, I believe, up from Mackay. And they are currently 2-2.
You suck, Mark Bradley.
No.
Oh, big break there from Justin. But he's actually not landed awesome.
So, yeah, just to rephrase that, Brendan Sheridan is from Port Douglas. So.
I don't know if that cannon's on. So possible red in the middle and get the cannon on the two on the left, but I think it just slides past.
Yeah.
That lady at the back there is having a big yawn. She's not impressed with the speed of play.
Thanks, man.
Well, we're going to find out whether this cannon is on or not because he's playing the shot. No, he's not. He's going to have another look at the angle. It's either going to clip it pretty thin or miss it completely, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm reading it right. I could be wrong.
It doesn't look like the angle is there for the cannon.
Yeah, clipped it thin. Well, he'll cop that. He's landed on a yellow.
Yeah.
He's opened up the other one, even though it's gone to the side cushion. Hard to tell whether that yellow on the right side there passes, but I think it just does.
I think it made just off the jaw.
Yeah, this is a horrible out too because there's no linking balls. They don't. This is if he wants to actually make this out, he needs to play this with conviction. So you can't roll this down. You actually need to get off the rail with the white here. Okay, so that yellow on the right side goes easy apparently. So if you can stun off this and get centre table. See, I don't believe that offers any value whatsoever. See that? He's hit that perfect and it hasn't gone in. That's what I'm talking about, these jaws being really tricky. He's hit that really well on the rail and the pocket says, nope, not taking that, thanks. Whereas other balls you can actually punch down the rail at good pace and they go in easy. So it's they're really tricky. Now Peter got a good chance here if this passes. And it does. So key shot for Peter, possibly coming up. If he can play this with a touch of right hand side off the top cushion and get on the red that's on the right side, just near the yellow. That's his real tricky ball, and I'm not sure if the black passes the yellow to the corner either. The rest of them are pretty straightforward and on the middle of the table. Oh, he's gone around the angles. Not a bad shot.
He's got himself in a good position there. Because you can take that red up top, or he's got the one across the middle.
Yeah, look, do you really get better on this than what you are now? If not, you take it on now? Or does he think he can get closer to it off the ball in the middle? Because he's got a good angle to stun back across, but I like taking this on now. Requires good cueing. And you do have to screw off it as well, get back, well, where you are will be perfect. I think he's going to play the shot I said that, yeah. He might just roll this in, and then just link it up with the other one. No, he's got closer to it. That's good shot. Well, we're starting to see reasons why this bloke won this comp last year. He can cue the ball, he's not afraid to take him on. Got a stun back out centre table here off the side cushion. This is missable. Played it well.
And he's got it.
Now this is all about where this black goes.
I believe it would still go down to the bottom right hand corner.
Yeah, it looks tight on screen. I'm just wondering if it's just a full pocket or not. But actually this next shot, I shouldn't get too far out of himself because this next shot he needs to transition and well. This is not as straightforward as it looks.
No. Me personally, I'd play the bottom red, come down, bottom rail and try and get back up in a straight line. So that way you can come across to the left side, the red on the left.
He's got a bit too much angle, so he's either going to screw off a side rail and try and get pretty straight, which is what he's done. Oh, that's a great shot. Might still have too much angle again though. Good cues, Peter. Gets into the ball well, gets through it well. So I think he's...
I'm looking to see if the red goes past the black or the black goes past the red.
If this red passes, the top one that he's closest to, it might be worth him just playing that in the bottom right corner.
Yeah.
Stunning to the side rail. But if he's okay on the angle on this, he might stun across the right side in between black and red and play the black and the left, red and the left centre. That's what he's done. Yeah. He's overhit it though, and he's landed horrible.
And he's
the
not
head
happy.
Drops.
So that was one of the first options I looked at, and that's why I realised, like, if you hit it too much, it goes back across, and you left yourself with no shot.
Yeah, even if he overhits this, he actually comes back to the other middle, but he's just landed in the worst. That probably is the worst possible position you can land. I think he's forced to play a double. I don't think this will cut in.
No, I don't think there's even enough gap up to the top corner there.
No, absolutely not. Nah, cut's not on. This is a viable option, cross table. Good effort. I didn't actually think of that shot, and I should have, because it was a very viable option.
He still left it open. And Justin's just gone for the safety, which should bring himself back into the game here. He's got off the rail.
Well, Peter's got to play the Hail Mary here. He's just got to have a crack at this. I wouldn't be afraid to put a bit on this either, just quietly. Oh, he's actually, I think he's going. Oh, he's got a half good result.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you wanted it to land anywhere, that's not the worst spot. It will put Justin under some pressure to actually make this out now instead of just cruising through him. And I have not been impressed with Justin's body language, the speed of play or anything as yet. It hasn't convinced me that he's a tournament winner right now.
No, it just doesn't look like he's got into a rhythm in this matchup.
Reminds me a lot of myself. Terrible. Oh, he doesn't want that to go in.
No, it has.
Oh, actually, it's okay.
Well, you got to play a bit of style, a bit back off this, I believe.
I think he's going to play the run through, just straight top. You could use right hand side, but you make the pot more difficult.
Yeah, it looks a bit more off angle than what I first thought. So yeah.
The real key though is you want to actually get as far across the left hand side of the table as you can. You don't want to leave yourself a dodgy angle on this yellow.
No.
If you can get pretty straight on it, or more to the left, you can actually just stun around the black for the same pocket. So he's actually screwing off it. Wow, I just don't understand that shot at all. Why would you not play the run through on that?
Maybe he's going to try and come off two rails. Bottom left side rail.
Oh, I totally understand that, but this is a big shot coming up.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't get it, you got to think Pete would.
Do you think he's going to play the little girly rolling shot and put the wipe on the side rail? Surely not.
No. You got to back yourself at this point.
Good pot.
He's backed himself.
A good shot. Well, he has backed himself, and he got the reward.
Yep.
That is an excellent pot. Still question his choice, but he has proven that his choice was the correct one. Well, for him anyway. So 2-all. And I think if I was to give Peter any criticism, it would be that he just needs to be a little bit cleaner with his finishing, because he's getting himself excellent opportunities to close this match out, but he's just not clean in his execution, his finishing. But it's really easy to sit back here, especially after being knocked out of the tournament, and just criticise everyone.
Yeah, from what I've seen from Peter over the years here at the Townsville Open, like he kind of thrives under that bit of pressure as well.
So you're saying the deeper he gets, the better he'll play?
Yeah, I've kind of seen that over the last couple of years.
Well, we are 2-2 now, folks, and they're just taking a quick break. And I'm actually going to take a real fast break myself while they're doing that, and I'm just going to grab a drink, and I'm going to go get a score up there on Dan.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Dan is 2-2 with Nev Jr. And 2-2 on the match we're watching at the moment on screen.
Yeah, so I've just sent a runner to find out what the score is for Dan.
I already got it, mate.
Oh, you already got it? Oh, well, there you go.
All over it.
Don't have to worry.
So Chris Jones has just won 4-2.
Yep. And I believe Mark Bradley lost 4-2 to Chris Johnson.
You loser, Mark Bradley. After you've dispatched of me, you go and lose. Wanker. Oh. So he used all his luck against me, is what you're saying. Peter plays a very good safety there. So this is a total, but it's not a difficult escape, but it's all about what Justin leaves. But
I think it might not be. It's very close.
Well, you're right, he can hit it.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually not a good safety in the end, because Justin can probably sneak this ball out, make it on, get a good white down the bottom cushion. Well, he's actually bent the white there. He's used a little bit of side. He's made it on. That's a good shot.
So if you appear here, how do you play this right now?
On the Reds, well, the Reds are ugly, very ugly. I actually don't see a really straightforward pot out. I'm just looking for a good safety.
It'd be very hard to do from this position too, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's not simple. I think I'm just trying to see if there's a way to get this red off the left cushion and get a good white at the same time, but I can't see one, to be honest. It could be one of those situations where you're sort of forced to take the pot on at the top corner there.
Or could you really go the pot to the middle?
The problem with that is there anything on after you make that pot to the middle? Because you can't punch it in because of the angle that it's on.
Well, you really look at potting that one going up the top, but
well, you would have a linking ball up the top. He's going to take this pot, and I said he's jawed it though. What's he left? Well, he's not left anything super easy to start things off. Justin's got this ball on the left side. He doesn't have to do anything with the white because everything links up quite nicely for me. This is a good opportunity if you can get this opening pot.
Yeah, you believe if he gets this, it should be half easy running it.
Played it well.
Yes.
Has Chinese himself in the balls over the middle though, so may take the ball just below the red first in the bottom right corner. This is where I reckon Justice is taking too long. Like, he's so experienced, he's been playing for a long time, he should be able to map these outs out a bit quicker than he has. I just think there's just a lack of rhythm there, I really do.
Yeah, also I think he's played against Pete a few times before, so they both know how each other plays. I think that might be what's putting him off a bit.
Possibly, but the thing is, like, you're still faced with the same situation no matter who you're playing. You've got to find a way to win. In that position, it was basically potting all the balls because they were very on. But he just doesn't look like he's fluent. Sort of maybe potentially second guessing himself. I'm not sure. I mean, only he knows what's going through his head, of course. But looks like he's going to try and smother, is he? Oh, he's going for the pot. Well, the pot was almost on. Good white ball too here.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Oh, that's actually not a bad shot. He's played a good shot to nothing, man.
Yeah, he's left himself with Justin with only one yellow visible.
Even the great Jake McCartney would have been proud of that shot. I use the word great very loosely. don't you bend over any further, you'll headbutt the table.
He's in a tough spot here.
I think he's looking at the yellow on red onto the yellow. I actually don't see a better shot than that, so play the plant. You've got to create the angle though.
Yeah.
To get the thin cut on the yellow that's near the pocket, but I don't see a better shot. And if he does get it, he's a decent chance to go game again. But this is climbing up probably well over a minute again. And he's having a laugh.
Just had a bit of a joke with Pete.
Pete's probably saying 30 seconds, mate.
We got the 20 seconds now.
Oh, so you guys using the 2020 clock as well?
Yep. We integrated that in last year.
Yeah, look, it's certainly gaining traction. Like I said, I've voiced my opinion many times. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I think it will probably stay, if not get tweaked a little more to offer a potential extension or maybe even a 45-second shot clock. But not a bad shot from Justin.
So we are, just got a question there. We are currently in the last 16 at the moment.
Yeah, once we go back to the dual screen, the information about the matches will be displayed, the scores, what round we're up to and all that sort of stuff. Just a single screen, Dan's not got that. But we'll probably add that in though as we turn to one table. So now it's Peter's turn to take quite a while to just figure out what he's going to do, because he's actually in a tricky spot himself now. He played an excellent safety and Justin responded in kind and said, well, you know what, I've got out of this and I've played this shot pretty well. Peter wants to take the double on but knows it's curtains if he doesn't get it, but I think it's the shot. You're already in trouble. You might as well get rid of your worst ball as soon as possible. I don't see a great safety on offer. I mean, you could try and get this red over the pocket a bit neater, but that will require a good touch of pace. You could probably play it cushion first though, off the yellow.
He looks like he's going back across the table for the double.
Played it with confidence.
And he's got it. Got a bad kiss off the yellow there.
He hasn't landed awesome. He does have the cut down the right side of the table on the red, which is not the easiest shot in the world. It's missable. Tried to play the safety with the white there and get it a bit tighter on the red, and he's left the yellow
wide open.
Felt he had to have a go there. I don't mind the option, but I think if he gets that cut, things start to link up a bit better. Like these two balls in the, near the centre pocket look ugly, but they're actually not that bad.
That's right. Like the one on the outside, close to the rail, you could pretty much run that down onto the other red. You still have it set up.
Can Justin actually pot this yellow and clear the red for the other yellow? Looks like he's going to sit this in the hole. I just can't agree with this. I know it's a safe shot. I just can't agree with it because he had a really good opportunity to attack the frame there and take a lead. And he's chosen to just play the smothering containing shot. Look, you know what? He's got full control of the frame. You can't bag it out too much, really, can you?
No.
But I just think if you had to hit it full and use jaw first, then come off the red, opens them up. You can't not be on the yellow on the left-hand side. Ball goes in the middle. Peter needs to not even look at these balls for the moment because he can't really do anything to better his position. He needs to get the white ball at this top end of the table and limit Justin's options for now.
Now, would you do that by running the right side red out of the two or one at the top?
I wouldn't actually touch those two balls at the moment. I think I'd probably play the ball at the top left-hand corner and try and double it down off two and try and just sneak the white ball to underneath the red over the other side. It's a tough shot and probably the angle to play it is a bit too close to the potting angle as well.
It looks like he's going for a little tap shot there.
Yeah, see, I tell you why I can't agree with that shot is because it's done nothing to help his position. No. So he's basically wasted his opportunity at the table. And now Justin can say, well, I'm going to better my position. I can just kick this yellow out.
He's almost gone in off there.
I can't agree with that shot. No. He didn't have to do that. All he had to do was just play it to the centre of the table. But he's still in good shape. I'll tell you what I like here. Probably pop this ball over the top right and then try and get on the ball in the middle fairly straight so you can play the run through and get on this red that's to the right of the two near the middle. You then play it down onto the left-hand side of the yellow and tuck the white in on the yellow so you leave no shot, but you also smother his ball and you stay in the frame.
Yeah.
You can still play this shot. It's a bit hard now because he can't get it closer, so that means he's going to have to hit the red a little bit harder because of the distance between white and red. If he drops this in and just leaves himself just off straight, that's too far. Play a similar shot but use side cushion first, but it's much harder to judge. The more balls he pots though from here, the more he's going to get into trouble.
He's looking at drawing that yellow out.
Maybe he's going to punch red on red and try and hold the white there and leave no shot and then open everything up. Ballsy shot.
I think he'll be going for this red at the top first, then coming back and doing that.
I would leave this red. Like, there's no point to eliminate balls right now if you can't actually finish the frame. And that's not helped his cause at all. Maybe he's going to play the shot now, but he's just killed a red.
And now, also the other red is not potable to the middle or.
Here comes the jam out. He's popped the yellow though. And, well, if you're going to pick anywhere to put the white, that's not the worst spot on the table. There's a little bit of work to do here.
See, most people I know here would go for one of the doubles first and try and set one of those balls up.
Yeah, I think this is the right shot.
Yeah. If he doesn't drop it, he can now get position on that bottom yellow.
Yeah, this is still tricky. He's basically got to transition from one end of the table to the other now.
Yeah.
he might take the double on, or even the cut to the middle, but he really doesn't like a lot. He doesn't like potting this ball over the hole because at the moment I think he feels it's a comfort ball. And you've not only that, you've actually got to get the pace right, the angle right to make sure you're not dead straight on the last yellow, and you've got decent angle to head back up the table. And so I sort of don't blame him for denying it.
He looks happy. Dan
has
Lynch.
won. Oh, Dan's just let us all down. Mate, the wand knows how to do doubles. The player just needs to understand how to point and shoot. Dan's just said my cue's going to be in 6 pieces, not 5. Tough shot that Pete tried to play there. It was a thin cut. And if Justin doesn't get these, he does not deserve to any longer be in this comp. So he's going to screw left side of table to just guarantee shot. Where is it? How do I get it up on this one? I've got it on the 2 table, so where is it on the 1? Oh, don't tell me you've got to turn the light on. There you go, folks. The score is now there. Dan tricked me by having another window I didn't know about. So Justin's landed probably a touch straight, but I think he's okay.
Yeah.
Well, should get this, but could have been a lot easier. I can only assume that black flies in past the red. It's not an issue at all. Yep, so 3-2. No worries. So 3-2 to Justin, and I think he'll be pretty happy with that because I think even he will admit he hasn't played his best pool this match. All right, frame 6. What's going on, Just? You've been taking 3 days to break, mate. Open table. First chance for Pete. And initial thoughts are reds. And the tricky one is the red that's closest to the sort of J-shaped yellows that you've got down there on the table. So looking at reds, I do like the idea of him trying to get on this red that's above the dodgy one I spoke about and try and open it up. Oh, this white ball's gone a bit too far for that shot I spoke about. He would have loved to have pulled up a bit shorter than that, so he had an angle to go into that red. Got to be really careful here. You can't just go crashing into these yellows trying to open up the red, because you could actually make things worse. Well, he's actually tried to play for the red in the middle there. I think he's just held okay. That's actually a very good shot. Can use the black, I think, on this shot to hold, if not the yellow that's just to the right of the black. Yeah, there's the yellow and black contact. That's a good shot, but now he's still forced to get good position because he just keeps landing slightly awkward. Not sure I'd be playing this ball now because he's going to be going into an area where there's tons of yellow, so he could hit a lot of traffic, whereas if he takes this ball in the middle, no traffic to deal with, and it's just controlling the white ball speed. Jake's going to put the microphone on in about 14 seconds after he's eaten a sandwich. And he's just got that sandwich too, just quietly. That was a good shot there from Pete. So if he can play this ball left centre and get higher up towards the bulk end with the white, so we can just drop this red in, and he's picked the gap between yellow and black. But ideally, you'd like to land a little bit straighter on it so you can get onto the black a bit easier. So he might actually take the ball to the right centre first, give himself an angle to come left side of the table, and then the position on the black is much easier. He's gone the option I said earlier. Jake suggests a different way. And this actually suggests where his line is wider. This is the shot that Jake said should have been played first. So play the red and go around the yellows and then play on the two balls in the middle. And Peter said, you know what, I like that, Jake. I'm going to play that shot last and get fat on the black. can't believe it fits on your head. I really can't. That's a good shot.
So now he's going to play my shot.
I said that. But if he goes into any yellows here, then I'm going to say your shot's crap.
I'll let you know how he hits it. As soon as he hits it.
He doesn't want to hit it with much. With any, oh, he's hitting it low. What's he doing? Is he playing for the middle? Jeez, I don't know about this.
He's hit it fat side.
There you go. See, my shot was...
No, he's hit it fat.
Come on, mate.
But even still, if you play that ball first, you would have had two options, either red.
Possibly. He might have put that yellow in the path of the ball's in the middle. But he's on this bloke. He's got a shot at it. Looks like he's putting a little bit of gear on this to avoid any chance of being off. And he's cued that very well.
Really well.
So 3-3 here at the Crucible.
What time's steak night?
As soon as this is finished, mate. And I'm sure he's not listening because he doesn't play pool, but a shout out to Michael Crane, who's going to cook me the greatest steak that any human being has ever eaten tonight.
They did look good. I must admit, they did look really good.
So final frame before we can finally get into the quarters. It's been a marathon. Yellow ball down, red ball was that as well?
Yep.
And clusterage though, top side of the table, didn't want to see that. But has an opportunity, if he does want to take yellows, to get up there pretty quick and get an angle to go straight into them. I just got to go and play in the Blancs comp where I will absolutely
Good
dominate.
luck, mate. Yeah. Oh, I don't like that. He had to screw further up the table, sort of down near the ball court, and then when you actually play the yellow in the corner and play the cannon next to the red, I'll be trying to push the yellow over down towards this middle pocket, but it's falling way short. CC and dry, I'd love one, just not yet. Oh, mate, when I win. I don't think so. All right. In saying that, if you can still roll this ball in the middle, actually hold the whites anywhere near the ball, he's going to play safe here. And he's played it really well, even got the white safe. That's a super shot.
He hasn't really left him with any opportunities to...
No. And unless you can play this dead way off the side rail, I assume it's total, and not leave him on the yellow, just to play the extraction, I'd nearly be coming off the left rail and just trying to hit the ball sort of like near the right middle there. That's a super shot though, Peter's played. What do you play, your Ash? What do you like?
probably doesn't help me out, but just a soft touch because it's total. Come back onto the red.
Just had to play this dead weight, which he's played that super. That's actually a tough shot, and he's played that really well, especially if he's left him off yellow.
I think he might have a slight shot on it, but not much.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think he can pot it.
No, he'll have it really fine.
If you can see any of this yellow, say quarter ball, he can still just run off it. He's checking. He might be taking this on. Depending on how much you can see of the yellow, you can either basically use screw back to the side rail and just leave him on that red that's right next to the yellow, or run off a quarter ball and try and take the white off the bottom rail and run back up behind the yellow. Well, that yellow was on. So I'm not 100% sure why he hasn't taken that on and trying to get the cannon.
Yeah, he might have been just trying to play safe again.
Yeah.
I wasn't confident with the breakout of that
there's
yellow.
nothing wrong with it though either.
No. I'm in two minds in this position here, whether pot the yellow and I would screw back, try and break that one out, or pot it and try to set up.
Yeah, it's a little
double.
tricky, just sort of where they are at the minute. You can sit this over the hole and sort of use it, you know, maybe next shot to play extraction. Yeah, just try to get on this yellow down the bottom here. But I don't agree with that. I'd rather, if I was going to pot the ball, you know, I'd rather nearly just roll it in, run off the yellow next to the red half ball and bring the white back down here. This is a safety shot.
Yeah, well, he hasn't really accomplished much trying to get back down the table.
No. You can just double the yellow down next to this red down here, maybe just up somewhere near the black, just nudge the black and leave the white down here on the bottom rail, off the side rail down at the bottom here. If you're going to play that shot, you had to make sure you left the yellow onto that bottom right corner. Give yourself more options.
Yeah. Would the white pass through between the yellow and the black? That red into the middle?
I don't think so. I don't like that shot either.
No.
If you play the red sort of up, middle of the table up the other end, just double it back down this way. Leave him off the yellow so we can't pot it. You've got a few options here, like on yellow. You can double the yellow down the other end of the table and leave the white down here on the bottom rail. I'm just trying to see his angle. You can run off the yellow base left-hand side, half ball, off the right-hand side rail into the red and take the white up behind his cluster, the yellow and red arrow up the other end of the table. You know, force him maybe play it.
Really got to look at a way to try and get onto that yellow up the top there as well. If he does decide to go for the pot out.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's the right time to try and pot out. I think you can play a really good safety here. You know, running off this yellow down here, now the red, and taking the white up behind the cluster up the other end, I think it's a good shot. Same as with that. If you're going to do it, play the inside and try and leave the yellow on top of the white, so you leave him off the reds in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
Force him to take this bottom red and take the white up there. Has he got angle to play the extraction? I think he's too straight.
Also watching this frame, it looks like Pete's been, every time he's played the safety strategy, he's tried leaving the white on against the ball to force him to play the Chinese snooker.
Peter has.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably has. I just think if he played the shot, basically promoting the yellow, you know, and trying to leave him off all the reds by the one that's up the top next to yellow,
It's more
he just sort of, yeah. Now the yellow is basically right in front of him. This is the shot that I'm playing. You're doubling this off the side rail, back up to the top right-hand corner, and you're just trying to leave the white where the yellow is. So you leave him off 3 reds in the middle of the table, like the white behind the black. You get an extraction ball up there. Yeah, so that yellow had to play up to the top corner, even if you've got to take the white with it, off the side run up to the top right corner, and just anywhere in that general area.
Yeah, he's kind of got 2 balls now in amongst reds, so it's made his job a lot harder.
Now, I still think the yellow in the middle between them 2 reds goes in the right middle. Oh, that's not awesome, Thursby. But he's nearly got away with that a little. I'm sure he wanted the snooker, not to leave him on it. Now, depending on how you feel, you can take the double on if it's not too thin, like in the middle. If not, you can still play another safety. What's that? Trevor, Justin should have gone for it then. Which is taken on.
And he's
So
got
that's a super shot, that. Yeah. Justin won't be happy leaving him on that yellow. There's no way in the world. And I assure you this yellow goes in the right middle. So it's all on Peter now to mop these up.
So going for this yellow into the middle, what would naturally come down onto the black, wouldn't it?
You can, or you can just basically screw down to the bottom rail, take the one over the hole.
Yeah.
And he's played it straight into the black, which there's nothing wrong with that. It was just probably what you more felt comfortable with. And then basically I'll be putting this yellow into the middle pocket screw to the bottom rail, and then you can just play the yellow that's over the whole half ball, just for white naturally to come across for the black in his bottom right corner. One of the quickest. Yeah, that's a great shot, that. Mate, if I was to have a bet, yes. Is it about $1.08 for me? I don't know whether screwing back's the right shot, but he's played it perfect. And that's a really good out by Peter. Congratulations.
Two of the favourites of the tournament.
Yeah,
Justin and Jamie.
Right, I'm going to love you and leave that, so I'm going to have to play surely.
Yeah, you got to go to the draw.
No worries.
I'll let Peter. We're just going to get the screens done and just wait for the Master 8 draw to get started.